Howdy fellas, my name is Rooster and today we're going to be continuing our playthrough of Wizard with a Gun. So last time we played, we actually defeated the Mechantress and then we got enough gears to unlock the next location, being the Fell. So my goal at the moment is kind of to gather a few more supplies, continuing upgrading my poison bullets, and then at the same time, I do want to look into actually getting cold bullets, just because I want to actually be increasing the amount of damage we get. So for this first run, I think we're going to go back to the Imperium and try doing a bounty or two to see what weapons we can pick up. Because from what I'm seeing, that seems to be the best way of getting new weapons that I just don't have yet. And on top of that, I do need to keep in mind I need to collect, currently it's really just wood, and then the resources to keep my poison up while we're looking for upgrades. So let's go ahead and take this rift out. Ooh, I actually took a decent bit of damage there. Let's take this rift out so that way we can get a little bit more time for this run, as well as get more Arcana. And that's all she wrote. And I'm probably going to go ahead and fight the construction mechanic right there. Ooh, this is a bounty. Level 9. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot it a few times and see what we can do. If it doesn't look like my poison's going to be doing any damage to it, we can get out of here. Yeah, that doesn't seem like a worthwhile endeavor at the moment. I thought since it was the earlier area that we were in, that the spell requirements wouldn't be too extensive, but that's just not the case. And it appears that we have pissed everything off. I guess we're just committed to trying to take everything down, and it's probably going to take a little bit, but ooh. I wasn't planning on taking damage there, but you know, I did get hit. I do like that they're fighting each other. Oh, alright, well, they were fighting each other. Let's just try and keeping the poison going on this goat, and, you know, just slowly over time will it down. I really can't stop shooting if I want the poison to do any meaningful damage, just because it gets rid of its status so quickly. I mean, slowly but surely, the poison's just going to continue to... not a fan. It's a good thing we have a couple healing potions. They do cost more resources on my end, but, you know, it's either that or dying. So I'm going to, you know, prefer living rather than dying. And that should be that rift gone. Didn't really want it to send out a goon, but you know, that's what we're stuck with. So the poison upgrades don't seem like they take too much to make. It's just, I don't want to make them until I have them fully leveled up, just because those are resources I want to have to take time to gather. I have 200 more bullets, he's at a quarter of his health, and he's kind of just being a dick right now. Come on. He's close. He's close, and you know, any bounty is going to be worthwhile, no matter how many bullets it takes to finally put it down. We have another rift opening, which is pretty nice. Dodge that, collect this. Now he's really just taking his sweet time, biting the dust. We've got 50 bullets left. I don't think my shotgun's gonna do any meaningful damage, but, you know, that's probably going to be the next way to just keep whittling him down as much as I can. Yeah, now we're out of bullets. Oh, wait. I do have a few extra poison rounds. That's not bad. He's so close. And there we go, we got him. We got another bounty. I didn't see any bounty mechana yet. I would like to have more resources or bullets, but this is just what we're working with right now. Let's go ahead and get our chaos reduced. Maybe I can get a quick scan here. Not that one, but this one. The ghosts just don't like, you know, hanging out so I can scan them. I don't know why this fella's attacking me. I don't remember doing anything to warrant that. I don't think I attacked him. Not that it matters much. We will get a little bit more resources from that. I realized that, like, for certain crafting, you do have to scan. I did that twice. Scan the creatures in the game. Yeah, we got it. I don't know if the kid specifically is going to do that, but, you know, I think it's just worth the time to do so. Looks like there's going to be a portal over here. Ooh, I see sails in the distance. I don't have a lot of bullets, but I should have enough to win this fight. Especially since my poison just does so much damage, and I don't need the Jaguar to also be on my ass. That's just excessive. The little Arcana fella right there, I'll let him live just because he did help me out quite a bit. And I'll go ahead and gather their loot. That's always nice. And let's go ahead and just keep pushing towards the portal. There's another rift over here, so let's get that going. I do need Eyes of Chaos. There should be one of these fellows. And there's portals nearby, which just isn't great. I forgot about that tech, unfortunately. Not having any meaningful damage right now is rough. I hope that tree is not protecting me. I didn't want parsnips, so let's go ahead and get the healing potion going. It looks like another battle of attrition. God, that was miserable. The best thing I can do is just like stay out of its range and just keep whittling it down with this revolver I have. It's not feeling like I'm going to be able to out-damage it, so I think we're just going to cut this as a loss and head back towards the portal and just call it an early run. I did get most of what I wanted, so it's not hurting my feelings. slowly but surely we're going to make it to this portal. Now I do need to be cautious just because I am not running around with bullets, which, you know, is just hurting me. There's a bounty right here. I can't fight that. Something else going on over here. As much as I'd like to talk to you, the world is ending, so I think the best play is just to get out, get this new portal going, and bounce. We did get a new book and a little bit more land. Alright. I have mostly bad memories of the Fell, but the Low Road still feels the most like home to me. In the Shatter, there's always a bed for me in the tavern, and Joshua always has a cold drink ready, one of the benefits of teaching him some alchemy. In the next room over, Marcus roves on and on. I'm thankful for the God's marble muffles, most of his ranting. I've resealed the room, primarily at the Cryptomancer's request. I didn't feel him from his prison for some reason. His imprisonment seems accidental, perhaps an experiment gone wrong, but he feels dangerous and unpredictable, another variable of chaos to exploit. Reading through his notes while he protested, he's obviously from the Imperium before the Shatter. He's lasted this long because time in the tower works differently than in the overworld, especially when the doorways are closed. Experiments with ISA indicate that when a second passes through the tower, 216 seconds pass outside. So in the 200 years since the world broke, over 40,000 years have passed in here, yet a person trapped in the tower during that time would feel no aging or hunger. Likely, it seems they'd go mad. On the topic of madness, I'm worried about Orion. His studies at the well have been having a noticeable effect on him. I think he's no closer to healing the well of his ancestors' poison. Even if he does, I don't think he realizes how much corruption has seeped into the ground of the Fell. Fixing the source is the only part of a century-long healing process. Interesting. Alright, we do have more areas to work with. Let's go ahead and restock all my bullets. I do need to craft more. Oh, I have more than enough, so let's go ahead, throw that in there, transfer all, and then for the fuel, I can throw all of that in there, and just let it get to work. While that is working, I did want to see what it would take to I think I want to keep the revolver more than the shotgun, even though the shotgun is a legendary weapon. No, because I'm going to be getting close with the SMG, applying as much poison as I can, and then ideally I'd be using ice rounds to stay back. I am curious what the cost is to make fire rounds, and if I should look into fire first. That's just iron ingots and wood, which is the same as the cold bullet. You know what? I do think I'm going to just stick with the cold bullets idea. I'm not entirely sure what it takes to upgrade it, because I don't know how to consistently get ice chunks just yet, despite me having a few. I'm sure once I get a gun that actually shoots ice rounds, that'll be better. You know what? That is probably exactly what I need to do. Is let me go here and make these ice rounds. Let me fully stock it. So 210. 210, and then let me also just fully restock this. If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to be getting ice chunks from killing enemies inflicted by ice, because that was the same exact thing I had to do with the poison rounds, which makes me feel a little goofy I didn't think about that sooner. But that's okay. Let's go ahead and accept the bounty I got from that billy goat that, you know, took forever to actually finish that fight, but we did do it. An HC Cyclone. Let's have a look at this fella. 47.6 damage a shot. Heather, Core Busters, Gold Laced Cobalt Weaponry, Fire Smoother. We've already read that, so it's a shotgun. I do have this one instead. Let me go ahead and just store most of my items in a chest. I want to keep some stone on me. I want to keep some metal scrap on me. Keep the tomes on me. Am I already out of wood? That was one of the big things I was trying to get. Huh. I could have sworn I had more. That's fine. We can look into actually leveling up my poison bullets now. I should have... It's Arcane Eyes, right? No, it's just Arcana. It's Poison Liver and Arcane Tome. Should have plenty of Poison Livers. And I do know I have plenty of Arcane Tomes. Alright, that should be enough for at least the first upgrade. And I'm now out of Arcana. Let's go ahead and just let that continue to grow. I'm going to store the liver. Oh, so I do have extra wood, but just because of how costly things get, next run I will be getting more. And just because I want to upgrade my rifle, not my rifle, my revolver, I didn't go where I wanted to. Let's go back to the Imperium. Just because I want to gather ice chunks for my revolver. And frankly, I don't think I could get any gears in the next location, just because my tier 1 weapons aren't a high enough level. Check bounties. I don't have enough Arcana to track them, so hopefully we just naturally come across them. The Joshua fella's here. I don't have any charcoal for him, though. It's a little bit on the more boring side, but while I'm walking, I'm just going to be breaking trees. There's a gear here? Okay. I didn't think there would be any more gears in the Imperium since I beat the boss that is also in this location. But I don't hate that. We can give it a check, and if I don't feel like I can beat it with my current level of poison rounds, it's really no biggie. Now we can level up this. Ah, that is how you get ice chunks. Perfect. Can't believe it took me that long to actually figure it out. Now the nice thing about the revolver is due to its kickback, I can just stay back at a further range while doing more damage. Which allows me to just have another option when they're too far for my SMG to reach. If I can, I definitely need to make an effort to take care of any chaos I find. I have plenty of poison rounds, so there shouldn't be any chaos I can't defeat at the moment. It does look like the next gear is in the Fell area. I didn't mean to do that, but you know, we would have to get ice chunks anyways, so it's really no biggie. If I'm able to, I should try taking out a construction mechanic, as well as just remembering to take the time to scan things I don't have yet. Other than keeping the poison effect on my enemies, it seems like the ice rounds specifically are just going to be doing more damage than my poison rounds do. Just because they do less damage, so that the due to the fact that the poison is going to constantly be dealing occasional bursts of damage to them. So there's no reason for me to keep lighting things up afflicted with poison, where I could just be throwing out more damage purely. It is already getting dark. It says that there is a quest over here. Fondy. Oh, I do remember I talked to you last time. What do you have to say? Assist me scanning some of the local creatures. Okay, that's fine. Let me scan Fonby. I wonder if that counts as a fell creature. It does. Hopefully I can get this scan off before the rift hits me. I did, alright. I did just unlock a lot of closing options for whatever reason. I'm not entirely sure why. But I'm not against that. It's going to be more Arcana. Now, I should be able to take out this Chaos Eye pretty easily with just how much poison I have. And I've gotten pretty used to their attack patterns. There is a map right here. I've got 4 minutes now. Let's just keep heading towards the gear, because if I'm able to fight whoever's holding the gear and take it, it's definitely going to be worthwhile. Hopefully the frog doesn't run away too quickly. Perfect. Do need to reorganize my weapons. I forgot to do that. What are the odds he's going to let me scan him before he attacks me? I like those odds. Let's take out this frog fella, because I know my gear fight is going to be... Alright, well there he is. Definitely need to take out the frog first. I don't think my ice gun is going to be a high enough level to make that worth much. That is a lot of damage. Okay, that fella's down. Hopefully I can get a scan off before he shoots me. No. Come Come on. Maybe I can, like, scan them and get behind cover? Perfect! No, don't shoot me. There we go. Cult of the Leaf. Now that he's pretty damaged, this should just be a nice and quick fight. There we go. We got a gear, poison liver. It does seem like another object's over here to investigate. Let's see what's going on. Oh, I haven't actually been able to talk to Grandma Bogfin yet. Weeping Velvet Cap, an intricate that siphons a small amount of chaos from the world, so that's extra time. That's a speed increase. Get a moderate amount of health, warming potion. Oh, so these are things that I'll just be able to make later, so there's no reason not to take as much as I can. That was definitely worthwhile. And it appears the next gear is actually going to be just right here. If I can get to, that would be great. I was mistaken. That is actually just a map. We do have another door right there. Oh yeah, I do need more ice chunks. I think I'm going to be able to defeat that Arcana at the moment with just what I have. That plant fucking hurt me, that was rude. Something about this tree right here is... Can I scan it? No? Well, the only thing I know about this game is shooting things, so I'm going to just throw as many bullets as I can into the tree. There we go. Oh, it's just a lot of wood. I mean, maybe something future, or like something in the future is going to make those trees more interesting than just more wood, but I'm not against more wood. Ooh, I'm not a fan of that area. Let me use a healing potion. Not a fan of using the healing potions at the moment, just because they take so many resources I just don't have to efficiently use them. Okay, I weaved that. He should be dying soon from poison. That's one down. Pick that up. I'm not against killing the stronger things with my poison, even though I like having more, or I'm trying to get more. Ooh, I didn't realize the world was ending. That's fine, I need more Arcana anyways, so we'll just do what we can. We can, I think, getting to another, what would that be, 400 Arcana wouldn't be too much of an ask. But I'm not going to do it at the risk of my life. That's another one down. I know there was a portal over here. I think 400 Arcana might have been too much to ask, but I'll just try to get as much as I can before the chaos just starts getting excessive. That's another one down. I'm such a big fan of the poison. I know I haven't really been able to try out too much of the other magic, but the poison just feels good to use. That is a weird angle to get. I forgot about the ranged attack. Colby is not having a good time right now. God, I gotta get used to his attack not really having a obvious indicator when he's using his range. I know it locks onto me, but like usually there's a big indicator when any damage is coming my way. And like that just little pinpoint on me is less than I'm used to. Alright, well, that is new and not something I want to deal with, so we're gone. Not entirely sure where the portal is, but like, I'm not too worried as long as I can keep my legs moving. I would say that was a worthwhile run. Are these more just like big trees it's telling me about? I don't remember it just flat out telling me where trees were on the map, but maybe I was just mistaken. I do remember there was a portal in the fell, but I must have just walked by it because I didn't see it when I was there. We are not a high enough level to fight the slug, so we're just gonna let it do what it wants to do. With that being said, that should actually be quite a bit of progress towards me leveling up my ice. So let's go ahead and have a look at how far we can take this. I still need a lot more ice chunks, which is fine. Purifies liquids by evaporating them into separate flasks. Has a trail of cold. I don't think I want the cold trails, because the cold effect isn't why I want to use the cold bullets, it's just the damage it has. So let me go ahead and... Can I stack these? Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and move that revolver there. I'm going to get rid of the shotgun. And I'm going to keep the ground layer. And that should be more than enough for the moment. Let's go ahead and make sure that all of my bullets are restocked. I don't need to waste iron on that. I'm out of fuel, which is unfortunate. If I can find a construction mechana next run, that'll be great. So let's let that go. So we're fully restocked on that. That's full. That's full. That's nice and full. Let's go ahead and store these two. Going to store the arcane tomes, ingot, ice chunk. Going to keep a stack of stone on me. And I am actually out of scraps at the moment. No, I'll keep a stack of scraps on me just in case. Ooh, we do have more mechana oil, so let me just go ahead and throw this in. Did I actually end up getting any more poison livers? There's one. These chests are really messy, and I am going to eventually take the time to sort them. It's just not at the moment. There's a second one. Oh, and there's the third. Let me go ahead and re-grab my arcane tomes. Now, I did see it mentioning that I got... We do need wardrobe upgrades. Let's see, it said something about being a witch. Witch's robes. I do want to look more like a cowboy than anything else. I really like the cowboy aesthetic they got going on along with the magic. You know, making sure the fit's fire is the most important thing of every game. Like, that's just how it is. Now, I can get an enchantment to reduce chaos damage, and that's the only enchantment I can get for my clothes at the moment, which I think is fine. Let me go ahead and I should have the chaos eyes needed for that. Alright, there's 2. And there's another 2. So I think the next run we're going to do is we are going to just ensure that we're going bounty hunting, and then at the same time just making sure that I'm getting the ice chunks that I need for this. Now I am curious what it takes to make the weak healing potions. It is the fillhead ferns that put me off from making those. Just because I don't have I haven't seen those dropped too often. Now, maybe the skunk cabbage bloom is going to be something that's more readily accessible. So I can just jump to medium healing potions instead of the weak ones. Because I do need to keep the... Oh, I was mistaken. Alright, let's just keep trying to make our guns better. Let's head back to the Imperium. Get as many ice chunks I can, and then if we're feeling froggy, take care of a bounty or 2. Did you have anything new? No. So I know the fell is the other direction, which is fine. I did forget to collect the wood I need. It seems like the trees in the fell are going to be more worthwhile collecting because they're bigger. Just for the moment, I can't put myself in a situation where I run out of wood. Let's get this last tree, and that should be enough for now. And we can destroy this bell too. It should give me a tome and some scraps. I'd much rather just fight a Mechana, but that's just going to be later endeavor. You know, if I happen to see one, that's great, but I can't put all of my resource gathering into hoping I find a construction Mechana. Alright, we got our extra 3 minutes. Let's try to get my ice chunks while also killing the Mechana, just because they are such a good supply source. If I can see a bounty poster, I'd much rather fight bounties this run. Just because it seems like the most consistent way at getting new weapons. I'm a big fan at how hard this revolver's hitting. It's just a noticeable upgrade than what I'm normally stuck with. And let's go ahead and fight. This should be an eye. Yep. Now, my poison should be doing enough damage. That wasn't bad damage for my revolver. That is a lot of damage I just took there. That was ugly. Alright, he's gonna do that move again. It only tickled me that time. Alright, even rolling through chaos still hurts you. Rock should protect. It did not, actually. And poison, please finish the job. There we go. How much more time is that? 3 minutes and 40 seconds. That's good. I'm a fan of that. Ooh, we do have a bounty over here. Is this like a little farm going on? I don't remember ever seeing this, but you know, I'll go ahead and take all of that. Now, if I can, I'm gonna try scanning this billy goat without taking damage. There we go. Actually, let's try to get as many ice chunks as I can. Got an extra 30 seconds. We can stay here for as long as we want. Now, it seems like the bounty moved a little bit, but that's okay because I can spend this time getting ice chunks. Even though my ice is going to be under-leveled, it's still doing enough. Ah, it's the fucking cat. That's just too fast to catch. Oh, wait, it fucked up. I just gotta keep poison on it, and it will slowly but surely die. That is... I don't remember ever seeing this billy goat. Ooh, it fucking hurts. He means business. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah, you're a dick. You're a dick and you know it. Alright, well, fuck this guy in particular. I know I said I want to get ice chunks, so I should probably be using my revolver, but this guy means business and I need to put him out. There we go. That is a lot of resources. Damn. I think we missed the bonus 30 seconds we could get, but fuck, we have another 7 minutes. That is insane. Alright. I'm gonna try just to hope that this cat like runs into a corner so I can mag dump him with poison. Nope. Come on. Stop fucking running. God. Oh, that is a lot of fucking cats. Alright. We're just gonna keep chasing this bounty, I guess. Taking out what I can with my ice rounds. Basically just murdering the entire fucking population of cats. Oh, I need the... I'm just going to mag dump the cats. Alright, the main guy is still alive. And he's out of the corner. Fuck. Alright, that is more gear. Getting a lot of nice resources from this. It looks like a chaos portal right here. We can get a little bit more time. If I can keep one of the little fuckers alive while I destroy the rift, I need to make sure to scan it. And I didn't do that. Now, I am going to make sure I kill this cat. It's just something I have to do. Like, I've put way too many fucking resources into putting this cat down for the bounty. I'm not going to stop until it's dead. Like, fact of the matter. Fucking stop running. I hate you. He's so close to being dead. God, I'm not... He's too far. Please just get caught on something. Yes! No! Fucking hell! I didn't actually want to fight you. I really don't want to fight these goats, but, you know, whatever. I've got plenty of time right now. I am trying to get as many ice chunks as I can, so that my ice is actually a legitimate way of dealing damage. And the bounty is over here. I did see something up closer towards the top right. I'll go investigate, because I do have 6 minutes. Yeah, it's just going all the way across the fucking map. This is the fucking worst. He has like 1 health, and he's just a little bit faster than I am. I just need to hope like he runs into another corner enough that I can get a decent bit of poison on him. Like, this is ridiculous. It's just a walking simulator. Alright. Let's try and... I should have dodged that. There we go. Definitely a worthwhile run. I'm actually out of inventory space. That's intense. I fucking hate this cat. Okay, he's stuck. Stop! Stop it! Fucking hell. I can't stop! Like, he's so close to being dead. God. And now I'm stuck. He's just taunting me. I fucking hate this cat. Please. There we go. You fucking deserve that. I do not have the slightest bit of remorse in my heart. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and... I guess out of everything, I can drop the leaves. I think this is just enough to justify leaving. I know I have 4 more minutes, but we got a lot from that. So let's go ahead and slowly meander back. I don't even care about the Chaos Rift right now. Like, that went as well as these can. I mean, that is just a solid amount of loot. Let's go ahead and get my bounty. I did get a bounty. What? Ah, I didn't pick it up. I didn't pick it up. All of that work, all of that time, and I tripped at the finish line. I can't believe that just happened. Oh my god, that just hurts my soul. Alright, let's go ahead and transfer all of that in. It's, you know, looking on the bright side, at least we are getting my cold bullets up, toxic ice. That's an odd ask, but it's probably not too hard to get. Freezing bullet. A bullet that freezes what it hits in a block of ice. Break the ice block to deal massive damage and drop ice. Wet and cold objects stay frozen longer. Increases the duration of the cold effect. The only question is, are the freezing bullets more damage than my cold bullets? A bullet that summons a wall of ice. Oh, wow, we're getting fancy. Alright, well, let's see what does more damage, a freezing bullet or a cold bullet. Cold bullet 2s do 70, while freezing bullets don't have a set amount of damage they can do, it seems. So I think I gotta stick with the cold bullets just because they do more damage. Now, I do need to start figuring out how to effectively get lead. I'm gonna assume that's just like shooting stone in the fell. But yeah, our cold bullets are definitely the damage that or like the type of damage we want to do, along with keeping our poison up. Okay. And that's going to be all set up. I need 2 more poison livers. What are the odds I have those? Nothing in here. Nothing in here. Nothing in here. Nope. 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 Ooh, alright, so we have our poison bullets highly leveled up. That is really nice. Add an extra dose of poison to the spell. Thorny Nettle, a little bit Arcana. Now, homing on poison does sound really nice, but just because of the range of my SMG, I'm throwing so many bullets, I very rarely am going to be missing that. So I think the way I want to do it is just get as much damage from my poison bullets and get just as much damage as I can from my cold bullets as well. Fire research station, a force bullet. Is that the upgrade from cold? I don't know if I want to knock things back. Now, fear bullets sound really cool. It's just not something I really want to deal with. Now, lightning sounds like it could be interesting. But I think the cold and the ice is just what I want to work with at the moment. Now, it seems like we have hit our time limit for the day. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video of Wizard with a Gun here. And I hope that everyone who is watching has a fantastic day.